Hello, everyone, and welcome to another horror review. Right, taking me a minute to get this one done, but finally here. So, Exorcist, God, I can't remember the beginning or something. Yeah, the big Exorcist, the beginning. The fourth one in this series. As you can probably tell, I had a struggle. Where do we begin? Flip. Right, so this tells the story of Father Merrin and how he encountered Pazuzu for the first time, and given the backstory where he was. And to be honest, it was we could have done without this entry. Even the second one, which I wasn't a fan of, at least made an attempt to follow on from the story. Yeah, it was completely different tonally, etc. But at least I made an attempt, so I can give it that. This is it's just stuck the name on and it's done a generic demon movie, which doesn't actually spend much time in the demon. It's oh, we're in Africa. Oh, we got money to go there, so we're going to do everything but the demon and lots of jump scares and stuff. It wasn't good. Just put it simply, and this is not a good movie. Even for because you could say it's not a good movie for the Exorcist series, but it's just not a good movie. It's bland. It really does. It's a slog to get through. Their attempts at like jump scares that you're just plodding along. The CGI that they use in this is horrific. This has to be easily some of the worst CGI I've seen in my life. And it just takes you out of it the minute you see the flipping hyenas and God, there's some other stuff to do. Can't even remember now. Like my brain's trying to erase this movie, so that's why I'm having a bit of a struggle talking about it, because my brain's got into self-defense mode, going, "This will be purged from your memory." And I think that's what happened the first time I watched it. Because believe it or not, I did own this on DVD. I had it years and years and years ago, and I did watch it. And now I realize that my brain has this knack of going, "Yeah, you don't want this rattling about in here. It's shit. So get out." And my brain will literally delete movies, and then I'll come back and go, "Oh shit, I did watch that. Oh, that's why I don't remember." Funny how your mind works, but yeah, we've got Merrin and see the ex-priest lost faith, but everyone's still calling him a priest trope. That is so boring. And this was done in 2004, so that trope has been around for ages, since before then. It's just boring, even at that point in 2004, it was boring. It's boring now. It's been overdone. It's cliche. And it just needs, they need to think of something else. It kind of shows lack of imagination. I think that's the biggest problem with this. Just they spent money going on different sets, period pieces, costumes, but they didn't spend any money or time on a compelling story. So we start off with the opening shot, and it's set during the Crusades, and we'll have Templar Knights, one's walking about, and everyone's all dead in the battlefield. And then next thing he turns around, and we see everybody's hung upside down. So it looks like a dream sequence. So you don't know if it was actually meant to have happened or if it was somebody dreaming it. And then we'll have Merrin. He's in Egypt, and he's just drinking himself to oblivion. Somebody approaches him about going to find an artifact and show this thing, which, yeah, a child sculpted or something, but that's enough to get him out of his stupor to go to Kenya. God, I am struggling. This could be the shortest review ever. I am really struggling to tell the story of this. So he gets convinced, he gets money, he's sent over to Kenya because he's an archaeologist. He studies an archaeologist before becoming a priest. Then he's fallen back at that. Oh my god, I'm boring myself giving the review of this movie, never mind watching it. Yeah, he goes there, meets people, and what it is, they're excavating this church. So there's a church being found underground, and it's pristine conditions if it's just been built. So they think that it's been buried straight away, and people are, falling, having fits. And then there's talk of the Turkana tribe. They don't want anybody in near the church. I believe the whole ground's cursed. And this was the location where the Knights Templar would find that out later. There's graves all over the place and crosses because we get told about that 10 times because we know it's going to dig up the graves because they mention every other fucking sentence. It's like this thing beats you over the head with the plot. So it turns out that he was in the Netherlands. He was a priest during the Second World War, and there's an incident where Nazis came basically, and if he didn't give up, resistance fighters, they were going to execute the whole village. So they shot a wee girl in front of him, and then they're about to start shooting more people, and then he's forced to point them out. Now, you would think, faced with the prospect of their entire village getting wiped out, that the freedom fighters would have stepped forward, being brave. So it makes no sense because they would have stepped forward if you were that and you're that concerned about your family and friends, and you're going to get killed anyway. You may as well step forward, and you know what those guys were about. And it takes about 10 dream sequences from the play the whole thing out because that's what we get all through this movie. It's so draw like this has been done 100 times. Dream sequence, reveal. That's just filler. It's just filling out a movie because I can't think of the plot. 114 minutes. What's that? That's nearly 2 hours. This thing. So it didn't even do that. You know what I mean? Most movies, 90 minutes, especially horror movies, 90 minutes done. This thing's near 2 hours long. So there you go. There's an overindulgent movie, pretentious crap. Oh, hey Chris, sorry man. Yeah, it's it's completely pointless. And it was done because of the time, like it was done 2004, so it's just a cash grab. That's all it is. Just playing off a name to get uh a mediocre story pushed through the box office. That's what it is. The acting in this is awful as well. It's just wooden and bland, and you don't get the grips of Merrin. At least if you think of the original Exorcist, the actor who played Merrin, I can't remember his name because you don't mean actors, but even with him not being overly emotional, he had a presence, and the whole atmosphere of that movie, which the man is in the first and the third one, the completely went off the track with the second one, but the first and the third one had I think because Maitland did again, the same director did those two, but you had the atmosphere, the feeling of The Exorcist. The second one, even though it was insane, I think it was insane. Like I said in the review, that was because it's the 70s, and the 70s are trying to talk about futuristic technology, and the 70s just didn't have it. You know what I mean? They just couldn't do it. And that's what really threw the wheels off that one. Trying to carry on the conversation of science versus religion and using futuristic technology, but they were doing it in the 70s, so obviously it was going to look hammy and cheesy and everything else. So I've even a wee bit of forgiveness for that one. This thing looks sterile. I'll take it back to this because the second one goes to Africa as well, and it's obviously a stage, because you can tell. But even that had a bit more feeling than this, which I think was filmed on location. Everything just looks clean, sanitized. Now they try and dirty it up for certain scenes, but it looks like they've tried too hard with the dirty up scenes. But everything else just looks meh. it's like the ransacked an Indiana Jones soundstage after they had finished with it, and polished it up a bit, and then decided to do The Exorcist. It looks that sort of thing. I don't know. You just don't get the feeling, you don't get the atmosphere of The Exorcist. So when you don't have that, and then they start to use special effects, so they try to use CGI. Oh god, this must be one of the earliest cases of digital blood. Like, as you know, I hate digital blood. It should be banned. I think if you do a horror movie and use digital blood, you should be banned from making movies at all. If that's your option, no, sorry, no. Just don't do it. So in this, you see digital blood, and I mean, it looks god awful. It would have been cheaper to, the old Hammer horror movies where they actually threw paint. That looks better than this. It takes too long as well to get the Pazuzu, because we know who it is. We've had 3 movies at this point dealing with this demon. So why this takes so long to actually get to the confrontation with Pazuzu directly makes no sense. It's just filler. And then we also have what I will say though, there's a couple of good scenes. One of the good scenes is wee guy Joseph. He's part of the tribe. He looks as if he gets possessed, and obviously they try to cure him with medicine, but then the tribes people, what are they called? The Turkanis, actually send their witch doctors in. His father calls the witch doctors because they're absolutely failing. Now that scene where the witch doctors are actually trying to, well, they're not curing him, they're actually going to kill him in the hospital bed, but Pazuzu fighting back was a good scene. You actually got a wee bit of the intensity there, and you got it was a exorcism, but it was an exorcism through witch doctor religion as opposed to Catholicism, which was cool. Because once again, it's that whole question of, right, does faith enough when you're battling something else, or do you need an edge, or what? That was a good scene, but unfortunately, with the rest of the movie, it fell short. We have Merrin going about the place. I forget the woman's name, and that's who sort of a pseudo love interest. And it was so obvious. Sarah. And then we'll have, God, who else we got? Father Francis. God, he was a creepy one. He turned up, and honestly, I was expecting him to be an acolyte for Pazuzu as opposed to Catholic priest. And then Merrin's supposed to be like, I'm not a priest anymore, and everyone's calling him one, and he doesn't correct them. And this whole battle, because they know we know where he's going to end up. He's going to end up back in the first movie. So what was the point in doing that? What is this whole thing? Is this where a stupid broken hero trope happened? There must be broken. This was the supposed to be telling his first encounter. So if I had no information on this, so he could have easily been pious, committed, competent, and this could have been his defeat, because it's effectively a prequel. So they could have done it that way. This whole stupid trope, which has now been played out time and time again, the broken hero who gets fixed and put back together again, and it's overdone. Even then, I wonder if that's what it is, because I didn't like it the first time. Like I said, I found myself having no desire to rewatch a lot of these movies again. Obviously, the first Exorcist I'll watch again and again. Brilliant movie, and that uses very little in the way of effects. Just the atmosphere, the characterization pulls you in that movie. Watch that till the cows come home. The third one I can watch multiple times, once again, because the characterization, it's in it in the storyline, and you feel the threat of Pazuzu. The second one, I can leave that. And this one, God, this would have to be a really bad night to want to stick this on. This would be the option between do I go to bed early or do I stick a movie on? And this is go to bed early, can't be bothered, type movie. The sort of play up. Yeah, Father Francis, he comes in and he keeps pushing and pushing. And then he gets revealed he's on a secret mission from the Vatican to find us out. And you're like, why just start with that? What's the point of this weird, I don't know, duplicity and reveals? Because there's nothing really happening in this movie. Until the final scene where Merrin actually confronts Pazuzu, nothing happens. This thing just meanders along and does a lot of set pieces and scenery shots and a couple of tribal scenes, but it just serves no part. It's just filler, and it's quite obvious that it's filler, just wearing down the clock, so to speak. So you're not invested. Sarah's story that she's, God, who do you call him? Somalia or whatever. The guy that's in the psychiatric hospital. We get the reveal at the end that she's his husband. Like, it didn't matter because there was nothing about it. Just he discovered the temple first, or the church first, and he was driven insane. Yeah, and he had a couple of drawings, but there was nothing he revealed that the people at the dig weren't revealed anyway. So what of it? And if Father Francis was sent from the Vatican, then they knew why they built the church. There was records. So why bother with the subterfuge? Just get on with it. In fact, that's why they don't get beaten. That's the thing. There's a weird victory at the end, but then again, why? Everyone goes right back to where they were. This may as well not have happened. They may as well just encountered Pazuzu for the first time in the original Exorcist. I guess this thing does go around in circles. It does use a lot of jump scares, and it just tries too hard to tell a bland story that really has no point being told. That's just the opinion of it. Yeah, I think that's why I put this. I was meant to do this review last night, and I actually put it forward because I'm like, I wasn't in the mood. I wasn't in the mood for talking about this movie because I was just tired. I watched it and I was just like, I can't talk about this. I mean, after watching it, I was exhausted. I've never and that's when you got a bad movie, when the only thing you want to do is go to bed with a headache. I mean, your head's just going, what the hell did I watch? And even bad movies, as you know, I can have fun ripping them apart, but this is bad in a different way. It's bad in a boring, bland, and uninteresting story type way. Latching on to a better franchise where even its worst effort to date is better, and that's I mean part two. Even that was better. At least there was a bit of heart in that and attempt. This thing's just sleepwalked along to the end. Completely not worth it, but there you go. I think this will be a short one because honestly, did I leave anything out? Merrin went away for a bit as well to go and find out something, and I don't really care why. Yeah. The whole story is, and this is what is stupid as well. They're trying to say that this is the site where Lucifer fell from heaven after the war, but then it's not Lucifer, it's Pazuzu. I mean, demon in his own right. They could have easily said that, if you're in the Christian stuff, all demons didn't exactly land in the right place. Could have been many sites like this. In fact, there was an opportunity, even if they wanted to milk it for more sequels, to say there's many sites like this where they've discovered where the fallen angels landed, but it doesn't make any sense. Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Just an attempt to do scary, worry, woo stuff, and really didn't work. The tunnel scenes were good at the end. That was done decently. I'll give it that. Apart from the CGI blood, that was disgusting. Just shite. Just don't ever do that. Honestly, if you're ever thinking of making an indie movie, make a recipe. Go and buy some syrup or something, but do not use digital blood. It's horrendous. If you remember my interview with Dick Dale, when he let me watch Rip Spreader, I proper had a go about using digital blood. He went into post production and changed it, because I do feel strongly about that, because it just cheapens everything. Oh, what was that movie? Not a horror movie, but Kick-Ass, wasn't it? One of those movies. They used a lot of digital blood, and I mean, they're absolutely just. But then they were satire, so you weren't meant to take them seriously. But even looking at that, just, oh god, no. Yeah, or have a follow. So something like The Exorcist. And this is a prequel. So you've got the stand of the story there, but the problem is they didn't have a story. They had oh shit, we need to get Merrin here. Let's put a load of convoluted mess to make up nearly 2 hours of a movie. To get him back where he started again, and made no sense. He could have been, there's something even simpler. Instead of wasting the time with the defrock priests, sort of, not even, what is it? Is that what they're called? The ones that lose their faith. No, defrock means they've been kicked out, doesn't it? I don't know. But faith lost, ex-priest becomes priest again. Like, could have just binned that whole storyline. That made no sense, and it was a waste. And there's a waste of costumes, period, for the nightmare stuff. Right? So there's all that. There's time saved. Could have got this down to 90 minutes, because it didn't add anything. Just have him as younger, stronger, an actual exorcist, a practicing exorcist, and have him go out in missions. Why not? And actually have him follow the trail of this demon. They did it quite well with the Nun too. They were following the trail of Valak, and basically find out where it was going to appear next. Why not do that? Except they don't know the name of the demon at this point. And they could have done that. In fact, talking about the sites where fallen angels landed, they could have had, like I said, they could have had hundreds of these sites throughout the world, and they're, Merrin's the ones being sent when these they've all been sealed up. There's a story, right? Here we go. They find the sites where these demons are, and obviously they're places of evil. So what they do is they build churches on top of them, seal them up, because that's all they could do, because they can't destroy them. Humans aren't powerful enough to destroy a demon. And then, I always like the idea of the hierarchy of demons. You have more powerful ones than that. Raymond D. Feist does it quite well. He has stronger demons, and demons actually feed off each other, become stronger to break through into the mortal realm. So where's all that stuff, wealth of information? So they're going to seal these sites up. This is one then that's being cracked open by circumstance. Why not? It's an old trope. It's the oldest trope in horror. Somebody goes to somewhere they don't, starts an archaeological dig. The church doesn't know they're doing it, and they crack open the church. So obviously Merrin is then sent, knowing full well that he's dealing with a demon, and he's warned. And that other idiot, because he came good at the end, but he just Francis is there to assist him and provide information what he knows. Why not? So you don't need all that stupid convoluted mess and reveals and subterfuge, because it added nothing to this, and just have a straight out battle. However, this time he doesn't win. Pazuzu escapes, and then that stays with him. So when we get to the Exorcist again, the shock of him meeting Pazuzu again at that stage of his life where he's not strong enough, and then Merrick falling, you know what I mean? That would all fit in beautifully. And I'm just some bloke. I'm not a flipping film director. But there's, in just the top of my head, there's a much better storyline, you can agree or disagree, than what this was, because this was boring. That there's absolutely no need. I think this is the start of the trend, because it's definitely around about the 2010 period, this trend of anti-heroes and broken heroes and boring heroes, and which has ended up leading to where we are today with film, which is absolutely terrible. Yeah, just do it. Keep the basics. Yeah, well, Earth 7 was a really good movie. That was would that be classed as a horror movie? I think that's when it's on the cusp of thriller / horror. Definitely horror, you know what I mean? Definitely a disturbing movie. But yeah, why not? You're tracking down killers. You're investigating. Why not? It's been done lots of times and successfully. This just didn't have any hook. And then the whole thing with the Major and the British Army detachment there, the Major just randomly shooting himself for no reason. Just, once again, and the fight with the tribes, that made no sense either. I know it was Pazuzu coming out, sort of reenacting what happened the first time, but it was just convoluted and didn't add anything. Really didn't, you know. Especially with the, you know, we would snort our way along to that point, and then when it came to that battle, you know, we know what it was. Pazuzu obviously causing mischief and mayhem, but still, you didn't care. So there you go. There's my review. Has anyone seen this in a while? I think it's honestly one that's been just buried and people trying to forget. If I hadn't got it in the box set, I wouldn't be watching. But anyway, I've one more of these to do, which is Dominion, a prequel to The Exorcist, which is weird because this is a prequel. So is this a prequel I'm going to watch? And by the way, I'm not touching Believer because David Gordon Green can suck my left nut. He's an arsehole. I'm not supporting his work. It's not even just he made a crap movie, but it's going off about being the savior of horror and then putting that absolute crap on the screen. And then he did the same thing with us, yapping, and you know, he opened his mouth and put me off. So I'll not be watching that one, but I'll do this because it's in the box set. I'm not looking forward to it, because if this is the direction we're going, then it's going to be a slog. The first three, even though the second one was a mess, the third one pulled it back enough that there's a nice, neat little trilogy of The Exorcist. I could have just left it at that. This, we'll see anyway, but I'll try and get a watch before the end of the week, and then I'll let you know what I think. If you don't hear from me ever again, it means I've watched it and I've reached the end. Said not to go on anymore because watching crap movies. After I finish this, I need to watch something fun. So stand by for something super cheesy, because I need to cleanse the palate after watching this boring, depressing crap. There you go. Let me know what you think if you've seen it. Is this the best movie ever? Do you disagree? Let me know why, and then I can laugh at you. But there you go. As usual, keep up to date with the channel, do the type of clicky things. Until next time, keep it creepy, keep it horrific.